This is what remains of the former self-declared capital of the Islamic State. I'm Tamer al-Hubashi, the Baghdad bureau chief for the Washington Post. I recently traveled to the northern Syrian city of Raqqa, 5 months after American-backed forces drove out ISIS militants from here. The ferocious battle began in June 2017 and lasted until October. It left behind a devastated city. Officials estimate that 80% of Raqqa is unlivable. There is no water or electricity, only unfathomable amounts of rubble. And even worse, the piles of concrete and bent steel conceal thousands of bodies. I met with a 37-man team of first responders called the Raqqa Civil Defense. They're tasked with fighting fires and providing services to the estimated 150,000 people who have since returned. But their most pressing task is to find and recover the dead. The leader of the group tells me there are 6,000 reports of bodies beneath the rubble. They've recovered 300 since October. Health officials are worried that if the remains aren't recovered and buried soon, summer heat could cause a health crisis. I followed them for 2 days as they dug through piles of concrete. The victims are overwhelmingly civilians, women and children. Bodies are often enmeshed deeply in the wreckage. The distinct odor of decomposition leads the team to the remains. And then there are the explosives like this one, a suicide bomb belt. ISIS militants laced Raqqa with improvised bombs. They're easy to miss, and many civilians have been killed or maimed by them. A doctor accompanies the team and examines the remains to determine, if possible, their gender and approximate age. He also tries to sort out who was a combatant and who was a civilian. On this rooftop, a festering corpse was found with some unburned ammunition magazines nearby. What remained of the clothing appeared to be standard military fatigues. The doctor concluded he was likely an ISIS fighter. Only about 10% of the recovered remains, often skeletal and burnt with few identifying features, are claimed by family members. The rest are buried here on the outskirts of the city, where the trenches have already been dug. A senior member of the civil defense team leads his men in a funeral prayer for the unidentified dead. The prayer, he says, is a religious imperative for those whose families could not do it themselves. On this day, there were 11 bags. One carries a woman and her infant.